Okay, fellas, I've got some bad news, unfortunately. The YouTube episode today has been cancelled. So, no, I'm sorry, but look, out of my hands, so you'll be able to go out there and play like you do when you're off camera and no one's watching, instead of the crap you usually serve up.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to your run on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 12, Episode 4 today, and we have Villarreal in the Champions League away from home. It's a tough one. We do kind of need to try and take something from it. And then we've got the Cup. We've been drawn at home to Dubrava, who of course were relegated last season, so not the easiest game, but hopefully one that we can win. Now I thought we'd start by having a quick catch up on the dressing room dynamics. We don't have to scroll anymore, so that's obviously good. And it is kind of starting to come around a bit. Latko's still unhappy that we sold Torres, but I think he's getting okay with it. Montel will get over things. We're working on Vazgard, and Palumbo will be off at the end of the season. So it's going okay. The dressing room atmosphere is okay, but again, we could do with it being a little bit better. And yeah, the hierarchy, if we have a look here, most people support me, though ideally you'd want two of the team leaders to actually support me rather than just be a bit neutral. But the pyramid's looking pretty good, I think. That's maybe you'd like some more influential players, but it's not too bad, I don't think. That's all okay. And the social groups, as we've always seen in Impossible Dream, yeah, we've got some little groups. We don't like to interact as a whole squad, so that's okay. You can't be friends with everybody, can you? So there are some games to catch you up on, obviously, on the field. So there's 4 of them, starting with our game against the Hajduk. Montel gave us a second half lead before Skolabar sealed the points late on. So we shaded it. We did just about deserve the win, but if it had been a draw, you know, that we couldn't have complained too much with that either. So yeah, not too bad, but yeah, a win's a win, isn't it? We'll take that any day of the week. Next up, it was a top of the table clash. This time we weren't top, Aussie were, so we went to their place and we really had to, well, not lose at least. We went ahead just before half time through Vazgard. And it was 2-0 when Mazzoleni crossed for Gavia. Before Gavia played in Cena for our third. But Oziak pulled one back. Before making it 3-2. But Mazzoleni slipped in Cena to get our fourth. So we were really, really good in this game, except when we weren't, and it got back to 3-2, and I thought we were going to drop points. But no, it was a deserved win for the most part. I think we just sort of clocked off at 3-0, to be honest, but we managed to hang on and get another goal, and yeah, it was a good, really good win, because as I say, if they'd beaten us there, we would have been 6 points back. So as it was, we were joint tied top of the table, and then we took a quick break for the JAGs to start their season against a lower league team. I think it was Palet or something. We went in front when Dovasar crossed for Haska. And Madzar pounced to make it 2-0. Before Dovasar crossed for Siraj to get our third. And Madzar played in Haska for 4-0. Before Kranjak made it 5-0 at half-time. Ormarkic II got his first Jarun goal for 6-0. And Taninsky played in Surchak for a debut goal. Before Kranjak found Kovacic unmarked for our 8th. Kranjak made it 9-0. But Paulette pulled one back. So I've got to say, we were actually really, really good in this one. Now, level of opposition, you've got to take that into account. But we played really, really well. We played lots and lots of good stuff. A couple of debutants off the bench. I'll show you 2 of them. Kronjak, who got a debut goal. If I could get him to come up, there we go. He's looking very, very nice for a 17-year-old. So that's a positive for us. And the other player, that Ormarkic II. And what a goal it was by him as well, but another one that's looking very, very promising indeed. So, yeah, good to see 2 of the youngsters, you know, getting themselves on the score sheet there. So that brings us to the final game to catch you up on, back in the league against Farriston. We took the lead when Kovacic played in Zinco. And it was 2-0 early in the second half when Kovacic crossed for Madzar. Before the ball broke for Madzar to get our third. But Varison pulled one back late on. So a very nice goal from them at the end there. I was really pleased with this. It was a bit of a tough one for squad selection because this was the Saturday. We obviously have Champions League midweek, so it was sort of trying to pick a team that didn't really involve the players I wanted to play Villarreal, and yeah, it worked out really well for us. So excellent. Let's have a quick look at what all that does for the league table. And as we can see, we are now a point ahead of Dinamo, 2 ahead of Aussiak, and Rijeka and Hajduk Gorica have all dropped off a little bit. So it's looking like a 3-horse race, and that is very nice. If we look at some of the league leaders here quickly, Madzar, it's nice to see him up there for Golden Boot contention, and everybody else there you can see not too much, although Pinta is keeping a few extra clean sheets this year, which is nice. But Champions League, it is Villarreal. They are 15th in the Champions League right now. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this is a team we're sending out. Just as I start, Crespi's got a knock. He's back tomorrow. Is he okay, or do we play somebody else? It'd probably be Skolabar that comes in, wouldn't it? Oh, that doesn't look a very good back three, though. Jakabusic, who's been rubbish, though he is happy again. I think we've got to go with Crespi. What was his knock? I can't remember what his knock was. It was a tight calf. I don't know what to do. All right, let's not risk it. Okay, so let's bring Gavia on and move everybody forward one, perhaps. Vazgard could play back there. Alvarez can play here, so that's fine. Although in truth, we maybe want Alvarez not on the cover. Jakabusic on the cover is probably the way to go. Sanchez. Yeah, let's go with that. All right, so it's Pinta in goal. It is Sanchez, Jakabusic, and Alvarez as the back three. Von Groningen down the right, Gonzalez down the left, Vazgard as that deep liar for us. Then we've got Gavia and Montel in midfield with Mazzoleni and Sina, the two up front. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. Nathan Zizi is a bit of a wonder kid in real life right now, isn't he? This Marco Mendes got pointed out to me by Philip, I think it was, pre-game. So, yeah. We got such a tough draw, didn't we? That this really is one. Okay, so let's take the pressure off us. I mean, away from home against La Liga side, you'd usually say anything you get's a bonus. But I just feel like we've just got to try. And even if we, just draw the last 6 games, let's play 8. We played 2, yeah. So if we draw the last 6 games, that'll probably just about get us there. Yeah, the home game against Ajax is going to be like the one against Celtic as a must-win, and then we're going to have to try and find 4 points from somewhere, and it might well be, we try and edge out 4 draws. Are we good enough to maybe nick a point somewhere? I mean, we put 5 past Villarreal last year, I think, didn't we? So I don't know what I'm so worried about now I say that, because we'll probably smash them. But, yeah, it is just a bit of a tough, a really tough draw that we've got this season. But that's okay. That's why we're in the Champions League, isn't it? To try and beat these teams anyway. So, also going to say, about the dynamics. It is slowly coming back around. It's sort of just the hangover that you get after a transfer window for the most part. So, there's no real major problem, I don't think, as that is not the greatest pass, and we've been picked apart. And unless the offside flag is going to rescue us, we're in trouble. And it does not rescue us, so we're 1-0 down early on. They are a gegenpressing side. I wonder if... yeah. It didn't look offside, did it? Do we want to... Okay, let's be more disciplined. I'm wondering if we actually want to have a number 10, and the fact that Gavia is starting means that we can quite easily switch to it. Excuse me. All right, Alvarez to Vazgard. Vazgard. Oh, it's a nice ball. Mazzoleni's in. Mazzoleni scores, and it is 1-1. Well, they tried to gegenpress us into trouble, didn't they? But they couldn't do it. It's a wonderful... Was it Vazguard, wasn't it? With this under pressure. Was it Vazguard? No, it must be this one. Gavia, under pressure, lays it perfectly into the path of Mazzoleni. And it is 1-1. They weren't ahead for long, which is always nice. So we'll give them some praise for that. And we won't rush into changing things then. As we've got an attacking throw here. Seen for Gonzalez to Sanchez. Gonzalez loses out. Kovacic is injured for this one, which is why he's not playing. Ideally, I mean, Gonzalez is our number one choice anyway, as Cena picks up a loose pass there. Alvarez goes back to Pinta, to Sanchez. Gonzalez is in a little bit of space if we want to try and use him. Jakabusic comes forward to Montel. Montel to Von Groningen. Can he take on his man? No, he just kicked it. He gave it to him, essentially. And now we're in trouble going down the other end. Montel's working hard. Oh, is he offside? He might be offside. Cross everything. He might be off. No, he's not. And, I mean, defensively, again, we're looking a bit of a shambles. Sanchez must have played him on, did he? I wouldn't mind having another look at that. So Sanchez is there. Jakabusic is in behind the ball. Okay. Alright, let's demand more. And body language wise, this isn't really working for us right now, is it? Alright. Let's... Do we play them like we would play a team in the league here? Jakabusic is so mentally fragile this season. He is apparently happy to stay now. Villa's moved on, so he's not looking to to leave us. But his performances are maybe a little bit better, but certainly not looking as though he's stepping up the way I really needed him to. Alvarez now. Can we get them on the break? Cena is pouring forward. We've got a lot of players there. Gonzalez to Vazquez. Look in the middle. It is! Not, who's Vazquez? Vazguard even. As Mazzoleni has an injury. What's he done? Is it a bruise? I think I just saw there. And we've got another throw. Alvarez. Nice ball for Von Groningen. But Von Groningen again is just getting caught in possession, isn't he? Can we put some pressure on the back few there? They are pinging it around, aren't they? We should get that. Vazguard does, but only tackles it back to a Villarreal player. Alright, what can we do? What can we do? I think we need a number 10 in, don't we? We're going to have to bring... I'd probably bring Lacko on for Mazzoleni, which is fine. We'll do that at half-time since we're more or less there anyway. Hopefully that is offside. For the third time, the ref's having a look at it. They are just running off the last shoulder, aren't they? A bunch of Pipo Inzagis. Oh, and that's counted as well. And we're 2 goals down at half-time. That... I don't think Jakabusic is playing him on. So what's happened there? Alvarez? Alvarez has played him on. Okay, well, that's not gone to plan at all, has it? So, we need to be better. Let's go with that. We'll give our usual team talk here. Cena lacks belief, which is always what you want in a striker, isn't it? And Gonzalez is demotivated. Now, unfortunately, we've got Rovis on the bench, which isn't ideal. Okay, so Mazzoleni's our best player. We have to take him off because he's injured. I think we will... We've got nothing really to lose in terms of going to this way now of playing. And we probably don't want to change a great deal else, do we? I don't think. Alright. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's encourage us. And we've got more defending to do. What we could do is take Gonzalez off for Kovacic. Yeah, we could do that as Sanchez does a little bit better there. That was some nice defending. And hopefully we'll play a little bit more on the front foot. It's always tough against the gegenpressing side, isn't it? I'm never 100% sure the best way to go about beating. There's a nice ball for Von Groningen. Von Groningen, they just gets it taken off his foot, but they've gifted it straight back, and Von Groningen has said, thank you very much. It's 3-2. Well, that was a gift if we ever saw one, wasn't it? What is the defender doing there? It's just a mix-up maybe between the defender and the goalkeeper. There, how much time do you want on the ball? That's unbelievable, isn't it? And Von Groningen, I mean, he just had to not kick it directly at the goalkeeper and he was going to score. So that is more like it. Let's go again. Just noticed Pinter's only playing a 6-1, which isn't ideal. And that is, come on, Sanchez, dude. Jakabusic gets it clear. Are we just luring them into the counter-attack here? Vazgard now. Vazgard, oh, what is that? Do we not pass into space, I wonder? Come on, let's win that back. Montel does well. Jakabusic to Alvarez. Oh, passing is not that difficult, is it? Come on now. We're overhitting, we're underhitting. Just pass to a teammate. We've done okay there to stop a shot coming in. Can we end the highlight? Oh, it's in behind. It's in behind. And it's for... Our defensive play is absolutely horrific. Alright, we can't leave Gonzalez on. We just can't. So Kovacic can come on for him. Finally, a goal is disallowed. Pinter only playing a 6-1 and he's a mile off. I mean, he does this sometimes, Pinter. He just has horrid games. Kovacic now with a throw. I'm wondering why. I'll have to check if... I don't think Gonzalez was scared of big matches, but he never plays well in Europe, does he? Whether it's just still adapting to, you know, new club, new country, or that kind of stuff. Vazgard now. Nice ball for Lacko through the middle. Lacko draws a save, but should he have done more? Montel now with the corner. Montel towards the back post. It's away. Lacko is there. To Alvarez. Jakabusic. Sanchez. Back to Jakabusic. And that ends the highlight. Kovacic nervous coming on. He does want to leave. Okay, Montel is stinking the place out. Let's get Zinko. Zinko, I think, on for him. And Cena, another one. Madzar's been scoring this season, so we'll bring him on. Lacko gets past 1 or 2. Can he? Oh, he got Cena in. Cena's in. Oh, we're going to have to cancel that sub. Cena's in. Cena scores. It's 3-3. Now, I was going to make 2 subs then, wasn't I? Oh, no. Have I already brought Zinko on? Anyway, doesn't matter. Lacko did well. We've got him on the break. Cena times his run to perfection. It must have been very, very close. But looked fairly comfortable there for someone who's only been playing a 6-3 until that moment. That looked fairly composed. So Zinko is on. And Cena is still on as well. Okay. Can we go and grab a win here now? It would be a massive result if we could, especially given we were, what, 3-1 down at half-time? And you certainly wouldn't accuse us of playing well, certainly defending well anyway. 80th minute. Alvarez on the ball for Gavia. Alvarez. All the way back to Pinta. Still only playing a 6.1. Zinko to Alvarez. Alvarez for Von Groningen. To Zinko. No, it's under hit again. What have we got to, like, passing practice? This is ridiculous. Can we stop the cross coming in? We can't. It's Sanchez. He's got it. Oh, he's given away a penalty. And the game Pinter's having, you wouldn't back him to save much, would you? To be fair to Sanchez, it was up against 2 blokes. It's Mendes, I should say, who Philip warned us about. Oh, and Pinter's made a save out of nowhere today. Pinter has made a save. So it's still 3-3. 82nd minute now. Corner to defend. It is over the top. Do we have any other subs we can make? We do. I'm looking at Gavia, and he looks quite tired. We don't really have anybody to bring on there, though, which is the problem. And we've got another corner to defend. It is away, well away by Gavia, who is good in the air. And Lacko going to get to that? Not quite. Ball forward. Cross comes in. Oh, crossbar. And it's away. Lacko. Can we get him on the break again? Go on, Lacko. Go on, Lacko. He's done well, in truth. I'm wondering if we try and trap them outside, because they're getting down the outside of us anyway, aren't they? Lacko over a free kick now. 89th minute. Can we steal it? We haven't really looked like a team that's going to win the game. Well, that was a waste of a highlight, wasn't it? The entire time, but in stoppage time. Oh, it'd be heartbreak for either team now, wouldn't it? Pinta goes long, using his brain. I like it. It comes back, though. Gavia brings it under control. Gavia gets it wide for Kovacic. Kovacic for Cena. We're queuing up in the middle, and Lacko has scored, and we have in stoppage time. We've won it. It's 4-3. It's a classic game. And it's 4-3. How have we done that? I'm sorry, my voice is going. I've got a cold. I feel terrible. But Kovacic for Cena. Look, we had three of us in the middle. We were queuing up, and it was Lacko that buries it. And that is wonderful stuff. Okay, let's go and close this down. Okay, so we've done all the usual closing down game stuff, plus Novak has come on for Gavia. Gavia was tied anyway, and we want the extra body sort of back to protect the lead here. Hopefully, we're going to do it. And that is a classic game. Blow it up, ref. There it is. Oh, we've only had 5 shots on target. We've scored 4 of them. They've missed a penalty. Somehow we've won that game. That's huge. That is absolutely huge for our European season. So a huge result. It's 6 points. If we can beat Ajax at home now, which obviously isn't this episode, but if we can do it, we're very close now to getting it through this season, which it would be a massive achievement for us, I think. So, Jarun beat Villarreal in thrilling... It's game of the season, that one, isn't it? For sure. Mazzoleni was a bruised ankle, so that's fine. He'll be back sooner rather than later. Lacko finally ends the goal drought. He has not been in good form this season, so it's partly because he's sulking, I think. So he's bothered on himself. But, yeah, very well done, everybody. And we'll be back to suit up the JAGs and go out and face Dubrava. Alright, welcome back. We're getting ready to take on the JAGs. Hopefully we've all recovered from that stressful game. And a little bit of good news is Kovacic is now happy at the club again. So that's good. That's one less unhappy player, which is always nice. Now there's one game to catch you up on. That was in the league against Gorica. So let's see how we did. Siraj gave us a first half lead, but Gorica pulled level late on. So this was one of those games where second half everybody was nervous and hesitant and all sort of negative body language, and it just felt like there was nothing I could do to fix it. And to be honest, I was waiting for them to score the goal. We absolutely dominated the game, but it was just one of those. Now, it's our first drop point since we lost in the Champions League to RB Leipzig, so, we've done okay. The league table, just a quick showing here, is 1 point between the top 3 now, so it's tense. But we should be okay. There's still plenty of time to go. Now, let's go and see what the JAGs are doing against Dubrava. They, of course, got relegated last season. 4-2-3-1. That's what we're expecting out of them. And this is the team we're sending out. Kostic is in goal for this one with Tenkovic, Skolabar, and Teninski as the back 3. Tenkovic, we maybe haven't seen much of him. There's bids coming in from Serie A clubs for him. So he's pretty good. He's just maybe not a ball player, in truth. So let's maybe get rid of that. Dubrava, who has been training the house down and looking very good all of a sudden. He goes right back with, Kantolic. It'll be his first appearance for us, I think. He's going to play left back because Kovacic is still injured. Perso, Haskar, Siraj, Kranjček, who we have seen, played really well in the first game as well. And then Madzar, obviously, will lead the line for us. Okay, so we've got the team sheets here. Any former players, anybody we recognise? I don't think so. This guy, did he come through our system? He may have. We had a lot of Dion Drinas at several times through this series. Home form's important to us. Let's make that count. I can get on board with that. Maybe we should have gone with no pressure, but we'll go with the home form. And yeah, here we go. Let's see what the JAGs of what are we in 2034? I think 12 seasons in 2035. Anyway, let's see what this edition of the JAGs can do. Honestly, at home, I think we should be good enough to beat them. You'd certainly hope so. And yeah, I mean, we saw, didn't we, last year, that we gave Dinamo quite the game. Arguably, we threw it away. So, yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe, I think, this edition of the JAGs is maybe a little thin up front as the cross comes in. Oh, it's a good header, a good save, and Madzar has got the goal eventually. But the first header was an absolute bullet, and I'm not sure who it was, but we'll get a better look here. Haska's ball in is a good one. Was it Taninsky maybe, or Tenkovic? One of those. I think it was one of those guys that got the first head on the ball. And fantastic save from their goalkeeper, but there was just nothing they could do about the second one. Madzar, man on the spot, 1-0. So that's good. That should relieve a few nerves. Haskar again. This time, oh, it's Tenkovic. I think it's his first goal for the club. It is his first ever goal for the club. And if he got the first one, he was unlucky not to score from that first goal. And this time, no mistake. And it is 2-0. And we've just played 10 minutes, so this is promising for the JAGs. We do have quite a bit of talent on the bench. This is the guy I showed you at the top. And then Zalak as well is quite decent. And then Ormarkic the second we've already seen as well is quite decent. So there is some talent, especially in midfield. Those three, of course, are all being midfielders. So yeah, that's all looking good. We do have one or two others that aren't 17 yet, so they can't play in the cup for stupid reasons. But yeah, it's all fairly rosy, I'd say. There's still players coming through for us. We could do, I mean, we've got a lot of good midfielders, and we do get a lot of strikers, though maybe they don't develop as much as we would have liked. Madzar's, I'd say, the only one that's really turned into someone that we can use in the first team, as Ten College did really well there. And maybe not too many options for him. He just lumps it forward, and they'll come back with it now. And he's offside. Absolute mile. We might just give it a focus. We don't want to be getting in at half time at 2-1 if we can help it. Here we go. Tenkovic to Perso. Back to Skolobar. To Perso. Perso wide for Dovasar. Dovasar does well. Ball in. It is Kranjček. And he gets his third of the season. Our third of the game. And you'd be disappointed if we didn't win from here against the second tier side, albeit probably a good one that'll go very close to winning the league. Dovasar, nice ball in. Kranjček. I don't know how to say that. And that is that. Let's give it a praise. And the good thing about this is it will enable us to be able to give some youngsters a bit of a run out in the second half. I think we'll take Siraj off for Ormarkic the second. That was kind of the plan anyway, as that's a good ball in. It's headed away though. Dovasar. Can he get another one? It's floated in. Good ball back in. And Siraj, maybe just a little bit too high, but probably should have done a little bit better with that. And it is 3-0 at half time. And that miss has really hurt Siraj's match ready, which is a little bit of a shame for him because he's about to get hauled off the field here as well. So Haskar's looking stressed. That's okay now. We've got him past that. So yeah, Siraj can come off for Ormarkic the second. I'm tempted. We'll probably take Madzar off at some point because I'd like him to play in the league if he can, because we've got the Champions League coming up after that. This is our other promising striker on the bench. I'm not 100%. I mean, 3-0 should be enough, but let's just see how the half starts off, and then we can go and make that change. Madzar should be okay as long as he doesn't play the whole half. He should be okay. So the game seems to have started off fairly boringly, so we'll bring Bertic on for him. And we should have one more stoppage left. Haskar with a corner. Floats it in. It is just over the top. That might have been Tenkovic again, actually. And what I'd like to do is get the two youngsters on. So we might do that. So Perso will come off for Zalak. Haskar for Cernček. And then I think that's going to... Oh, no, we might still have some subs left. Kantolic for Cernček. We go back to Zalak. Nice ball in. Good ball across. And Olmarkic the second has his second of the season. He's got 2 in the cup now as well. And it is 4-0. And this was a top flight side last season and a decent one as well. I was disappointed obviously they got relegated, but a little bit surprised as well. And it just kind of... It's poor defending really. It's gone through 3 or 4 from there. Someone should have got something on it. Was this guy any good? Not really. Mentally he's okay, but I don't think we want to take off Dovasar. Ball in towards Dovasar, and he probably should have done better with that one. Excuse me. And, well, let's see if we can keep a clean sheet. We've not done that too much of late. We're going short. We've done a pretty good job closing that down, I would have thought. But they've worked themselves a bit of space, and Kosic with a save. I did give our actual academy goalkeeper a game in the first one. He did okay, but he's not quite ready yet. So Kosic qualifies because I decided he did, I think, at some point. I was tempted to play Roberts actually, because he's kind of a YAG at this point, isn't he? He's not first team. We brought him back for a bit of nostalgia, as Kosic claims that well. But yeah, so far you've got to say this is another very good performance from the YAGs. We did look good. I know that the first leg wasn't against a team of any quality, but we did look really good in the way that we beat them. And I think we've looked pretty good here as well. So that's obviously promising signs. Do I give Pavlos the game? It's a bit late now. I don't know what to do with him. This is like Tomaszek all over again. So arguably he's a little bit better. But every time I go and I think, right, that's it. We're not playing well. We'll have to change the formation. It's just not working. Then we go on a run and we look good, and I start to think, okay, well maybe this will work for us. Then we go and play crap again, and it's like a never-ending circle. But anyway, we've met expectations in a dominant win there. I don't think we know who we're playing next as of yet. So that is that. Tankovic is showing why there's Serie A interest in him. But guys, that will do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. We will come back for Milan and something. I've got to figure out how we're going to get to the winter break here, don't I? So it'll be Milan and someone. It might be even Milan and Ajax, Dinamo and the Cup, and then Girona and Hajduk to take us into the winter break. And then we can come back with the end of the Champions League, and Aussie who's in there as well, which is a big one in the league. So anyway, it was something like that anyway. And if you enjoyed it, as I said, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. 2 huge home games, although maybe not as big as it would have been if we didn't beat Villarreal, but we do need 4 points from those ones. Take care.